Do I look a bit tired?
Just look the same, Dad.
Feel tired?
Not getting any younger, are you?
I certainly aren't. And if I'm not, nor are you. So there you go.
I'm getting older, but not wiser. That's what they say, isn't it? Something along those lines.
Well, they do say that. Well, before we get going for the Sunday morning show, Bernie, I know you're eager to get going into what should be an exciting Sunday morning show. But I just wanted to say, our friends at Gulfstream, we did a little promotion a couple of weeks ago where we did a discount on an express trolley, £60 off using the code DHG60. Gets you £60 off a express trolley, which is one of those push trolleys.
Is that still going? Or?
That's still going,
okay.
So people can still get that.
Yeah,
but this week, because of the success of it, they've called me and said, Dan, we want to give your subscribers a discount, £50 off a lithium battery. So you've got the 18-hole lithiums and you've got the 36-hole lithiums. $199 is your 18-hole lithium, $229 is your 36-hole lithium.
And £50 off both.
And you're going to get £50 off them. So if you want
a lithium battery for under
battery,
£150 is
unbelievable.
Is
they fit all the trolleys as well.
Yeah.
So they've got the adapters that fit all the trolleys. So if you're in the market for a new battery, make sure you head over to their website. Link in the description.
Even
head
a
over to
spare
that.
battery, it's good.
Even
for
a spare battery.
150
Absolutely
quid, isn't it?
Right. So head over to there and use our code, which will be on the ticker bar here moving along, and you can get £50 off your battery.
Thank you very much to Gulfstream.
Thank you very much to Gulfstream indeed. Well, good morning everybody and welcome to another Sunday morning show. Good morning, Bernie.
Good morning, Dan. Good morning, everybody.
Well, welcome back.
Hang on a minute.
Oh, get it out. Go on, pull it. Pull it. Stabbed in the back. You feel like you've been stabbed in the back?
I do, yeah. You went away and the young whippersnappers sort of jumped into our seats. Like I was here, but I wasn't allowed on our show, because I was one of the founding members of the show.
Founding members.
All of a sudden, the dog and Jordan are in my seat.
So the question I have is, what happens, where is the show now? So could this be the end of the show?
Okay.
Because there was some talk in the comments that actually, step aside boys, the young bucks are in.
There's some new guns in town.
There's some new shooters in town. Well, I hope you enjoy the last 2 weeks. The comments from the last 2 weeks have been fantastic. The boys have done.
I enjoyed them.
I enjoyed them. Yeah, I enjoyed it. Even I got a bit of signal over in France, and I managed to watch them as well. So it was actually quite good. So I hope you've enjoyed it. The guys have stepped in and done a fantastic job of chatting, which is generally what it is, a bit of chatting.
Correct.
But I've been away in France, and I've had one of the most relaxing holidays I've had, well, for a while.
Good. I think you needed it. Sometimes nice to recharge the batteries and come back refreshed with new ideas moving forward with the channel, which we've got, haven't we?
I did actually take, and as you saw from last week's Sunday morning show, I did sneak out a camera.
But that went down well.
Weren't aware that I was doing it. I just disappeared.
No.
So I walked up to the sort of swimming pool area and filmed myself sort of walking back, chatting, and then I stopped off at the actual the caravan and decided to do a bit more from there. So, but it was, I'll tell you what was interesting, because I hadn't filmed for a while, like I'd taken a week or so off filming. When I put that camera in front of me, and then there were obviously people around me. Yeah. That was a bit unnerving, because being in France, I didn't see many vloggers out there. So whether they don't see many people having a camera and sticking it in their face and talking to themselves as they're walking along the road, it was really interesting the way that people were just like, what's he doing?
To be fair, I've always sort of talked to myself.
Yeah, well, we know that. Yeah, we know
it's
that.
Not. I mean, did you find it different because you hadn't done it for a week? Do you think that was an issue, or was it just you felt that people were watching you doing it?
Don't know. Probably because I just hadn't switched the camera on for a while. Yeah. That's maybe what it was. But it was fun. It was good. But what was also funny, right? So we shoot off one day. We go out. We're like, right, we're going to get on because we got these little scooters, and we go with the kids and take them along the seafront. And I'm like going along, and I'm thinking, I recognise this place, and it was in Saint-Jean-de-Mont. I was like, oh, there's a golf course literally up there. Yeah. So I took the kids and Laura up to the golf course, which they really, weren't too enthused about. No. So Laura's like, we're not getting out. We're having a week off golf courses. We're not getting out.
I thought, we'll take them
golf course. I thought I'd take them up there for a coffee.
To be honest, you're like the way when we went to France, the 2 trips we did earlier in the history of the channel, you literally could sniff a golf course out. I've never known anyone like it.
Amazing, isn't it?
We can't, when we're going to actually deliberately looking for a particular golf course in England, we can never find it. We end up in, the sat nav takes into the back greenkeeper's sheds and like close to the golf course. We can see the golf course, we can't get to it, but literally we weren't even looking for them, and you'd be like, par 3 course over there. Oh, there's another 18-hole course. Shall we just go and film it? And we were like, me and Lee were like, no. But you did drag us a couple of extra courses, didn't you?
Well, there has been a lot going on in the golfing world. I mean, I said it in my little piece last week to the boys, asking them the question with regards to, you know, how is golf changing? Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? You know, but I mean, this week, I mean,
big news,
well, it's the Tour Championships come and gone.
Yeah.
You know, congratulations to Rory McIlroy on winning that. Absolutely fantastic. And I did actually watch kind of coming up the last few holes. It was really, really impressive to watch that. But actually the hottest topic from this moment on, I mean, we've said it. You heard it here once again. You heard it here first. The Sunday morning show, you heard it here first.
We break news.
We break news. But he's gone. And a number of them have gone over to the LIV. Cam Smith.
Dan's talking about. Yeah, I mean, it was
champion golfer of the year.
It was a rumour that has been circulated for several months since his Open win. I mean, I remember the interview after he'd won. One of the journalists, probably wrongly, literally focused straight on that and asked him the question. And he sort of batted it back with the fact that he was saying, "I've just won the Open.
Yeah,
like
let's
focus on what I've just won."
Yeah,
and then obviously he didn't help the rumours, or didn't you know, he was very, you know,
well, he tried to scoot around it.
Yeah, and then he withdrew from quite a few events citing an injury on it. Whether that he's got a genuine injury, I don't know, but he's avoided the publicity, avoided actually playing on the tour for several weeks, almost in preparation for this massive announcement. But would he have deflected if he hadn't won the Open? I'd say probably not.
Yeah,
because he's got that exemption now to play in major championships. It doesn't really matter what tour he's on at the moment. The rules state that if you're exempt from qualifying, you're in there on your being a past winner, and you get your 5-year exemption, whatever it is, something more, isn't it? Then he's able to play in all the majors, and that must have been a deciding factor, particularly as the LIV Tour currently, and people might want to correct me, you don't get world ranking points.
Not at the moment. It's going to board level.
So those guys that are only committed to that tour and only allowed to play on that tour, they will literally lose their points and slowly move down the rankings and probably be outside the top 50, which doesn't get him in a lot of these majors. So with his exemption, he doesn't have to worry about anything within 5 years, and potentially this could all be done and dusted, and a compromise or a way round it could actually be sort of forged as such. So so I mean, would he have gone if he hadn't won that tournament?
Yeah,
I think he would have anyway.
I do. I think I honestly think there is a lot that's going to come out over the next probably year, 18 months. I think there's a lot gone on in the background within the game of golf. There's a lot of people that, and this happens in every walk of life, is that there is always going to be some negativity towards the head people of certain tours or certain groups.
But they're put into the position, they're put in that position of power, and they're paid well for it, and they represent people, and they're meant to be, they're making these important decisions on behalf of the players, the people that are involved in those tours. So they live and die by the sword, don't they? If they make the wrong decision, then their head's on the line, and you know, they lose their job, and they get, you know, outed, don't they?
The confusing thing that I've got, let's take LIV, okay? So people going on, there's a mixed thing coming in with regards to the LIV Tour, okay? There's two things that I see. There's where the money's come from.
Yeah, the human right element, isn't it?
Okay, so that's point number one.
Yeah.
And then there's the other thing of like, has this, you know, I see comments all the time about, is this ruining golf? Is this ruining golf? So they're going on there, people are sort of saying, you know, oh, he's helping wreck golf in some ways by, you know, not carrying on the historic side of golf, and then you've got the other side of it as the money grabbing kind of angle. So I have this question then. So if LIV was started off without money from the Saudis, and the money came in from somewhere else, that wasn't in a similar sort of thing, but the Live Tour had started and was growing, would it would still be a massive thing.
Yeah.
But would there be so much negativity towards these players if the money hadn't have come from where it comes from?
100% no.
100% no.
No.
So the comments coming in from people saying that they're wrecking golf, they're ruining golf by having another tour, that's incorrect. I'm getting all a bit sort of confused.
When other sports have evolved and changed formats, you know, cricket have done the 2020, that was a big thing. Now they do the 100, so there's 100 balls, shortened versions of it. Okay, it takes a little bit away from the test cricket. There's players now that are seeing the money side of it. Playing the shorter forms of the game, you make more money than playing 5-day traditional test cricket. But if that wasn't producing what it was doing and producing the revenue that it was producing, it would disappear. And if the Live Tour, the style of it, wasn't supported, people didn't enjoy it, then it's going to slowly fade away. It's going to go. It doesn't matter how much money's involved. Yeah. People won't watch it, and ultimately, people won't get behind it, and there's no platform for it.
Yeah.
So, if you know, let's say the format, you can make it as stupid as possible. Say it was one hole shootout, everyone just played one hole and you eliminate people, and the format was horrific to watch on TV. Nobody was interested in it. It dies, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So the longevity of this, the way it's going, no matter how much money's involved, it might not last. Like 5 years time, we might be like, "Well, I don't even remember what you're on about." Like, what was that?
What was that? A blip.
Yeah, a blip. So it's in. I mean, time will tell.
Yeah.
But I completely agree with you, 100%. If the money was coming from an American businessman who had made the money out of water distribution or something, which is then there'd be this whole discussion. It wouldn't be a discussion.
It's like, I remember this, like, well, you remember it, but can you remember when I brought Tea Times in at Torquay?
Oh my God.
So,
and even when we were before at Staddon, we got blamed for it. It wasn't even us, was it?
No. So when I was secretary at Torquay Golf Club, I was involved in bringing Tea Times into the golf club, and it erupted. It happened here at Churston. It erupted. It settles down and things move on.
And then people realise it actually went
and probably most golf clubs around the country, when it happened, bringing Tea Times in to organise management and all of those sorts of things, it erupted. Yeah. Okay, so anytime you make a change within a golfing environment, it changes and it erupts. The handicap system erupted. Everything, whenever there's a change within golf, is it golf? Or is it humans?
So that's another complete different topic, isn't it?
It's just a change.
It's change.
It's a change to the norm.
People don't like change.
No, so it's a change to the norm.
People are habits, aren't they? People are routine. They like a routine, and if you change that routine, they react a lot of the time negative to it. I can remember when they brought Tea Times in. My dad was one. Dad hated computers. Yeah. Didn't understand them. If he didn't understand them, he didn't want to know about them. Yeah. Tea Times in, that's it, I'm done, I don't want to play. I don't want to play anymore. I like to turn up at 9 o'clock with my three mates and just play. Yeah. Within 2 months, he thought it was the best thing since sliced bread. Yeah.
My biggest concern moving from PGA Tour into Live, and I had a question coming from me on Twitter from Fraser Beach, who I know watches this. Okay, Fraser was sort of saying, you know, when I put up the picture about Cam Smith going over to Live, big announcement, he sort of said, you know, what's my thoughts on this? You know, what's my thoughts on this in a roundabout way? And my biggest concern for me personally, okay, is all my favourite players in the game of golf are on Live.
Yeah.
You know, the only time I ever watch the PGA Tour, okay, I watch it occasionally if Rory's doing all right or whatever. I mean, I'm not overly on it, but I used to watch the PGA Tour all the time when Tiger Woods was on all the time.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, when Tiger Woods went through his whole family issues, okay, which we all know what happened there. Yeah. I pretty much stopped watching golf on Sky to watch the PGA Tour. Okay, I still always kept in the loop with the European Tour because there were people on there that I remember playing golf with over the years or whatever it was. So I always kept an eye on that side of it. But the PGA Tour I never really watched. I only watched the majors, really. And I might. So if you tell me who wins one event to the next event to the next, I probably couldn't tell you whether that's the right thing or the wrong thing within my job now. Probably not. But so I'm not. It doesn't affect me. It doesn't affect me when it comes to the PGA Tour and what happens to the PGA Tour and that, it doesn't. Personally, I'm not that.
Not
you know,
that.
I don't go over there and film it, so it doesn't affect me.
No.
However, what I am saying is that now that you've got the likes of Louis, you know, that are now over, you know, Lee Westwood, Pulse, all these players that I enjoyed watching, even Bubba Watson I enjoy watching, certainly Hendriksen I enjoy watching, and now one of my favourites is Cam Smith, Leishman, really enjoyed watching Leishman. They're all on Live. So where am I going to go and watch what I feel are my characters, my guys that I enjoyed watching?
I mean, me personally, I'm slightly more against it. I mean, I'm not a person who's particularly money orientated, never have been, never will. It's not my motivation in life, money. Yeah. But would I watch it on TV? Yes, I would watch it. Okay,
I hear what you're saying about all the political side of things, but the actual format of the Live, do you enjoy it? Not a fan.
No, I don't. I mean, I like the idea of a team thing. That's what I missed when I personally turned professional.
Yeah.
But I like the finish. I mean, for me, they'd have to do maybe the shotgun start for 2 rounds and then have it in tournament order for the 3rd round. I don't know how they would do it, but I want to see them coming down the last. I love that, coming down the last in a major. Rory had to make a par in the Tour Championship. The build-up, the tension, the what he had to do, the pressure. But when they're finishing all over the place, to me, you lose that competitive spirit, that finish, which is what golf is. The back 9 of a major, you don't have that. How can you have a major when they all finish at different times?
Yeah, it's difficult.
All spread out. I mean, it's not the crowd all there.
I mean, I don't know this, but I imagine that as it's growing and the concern that there's not the players that first played in it are now not in it as such. Yeah. Is it going to change in the fact that, you know, okay, still make it 54 holes, that's fine, but it might actually run into making it a very similar type of...
Maybe you qualify, they show the qualifying.
Yeah, you do a qualifying for it, for all the players that are in it. You do a qualifier, like a Monday qualifier, and then you do your 3 rounds. But I think
But they don't want that, do they? Because they don't want to cut.
No, they don't.
One of the appeals of going there is they're going to earn vast amount of money for playing awful golf. I mean, Mickelson's about 70 over par, isn't he, for all his tournaments so far? Yeah,
but I think they're going to, in order to generate that type of finish, they're going to have to change the way in which they do it. I think they will. Well, moving away from Live and moving into DHG, we did a little review, didn't we?
We did, yeah.
We did a little review of we reviewed a wedge that you're using.
Correct, yeah.
Sub 70 JB wedges. Not long ago.
No, so that went on the channel. If you haven't seen that, there'll probably be a link
It'll be above your head, just popping
right
up
above
there.
my head. So there's a link there. Go and check that out. But I've been using the wedges the whole of this year.
And I want to say successfully.
I would say I've definitely improved. I mean, I wouldn't, as much as I do like the wedges are really good, and I do feel confident with them. I like the shape of them. I like the size of the head.
Yeah.
Obviously, I have practiced and been working on my short game as such, and hopefully that shows. But price point and for what value for money, if you check the video out, you'll see what we thought of them. But it's a proper wedge, and we are giving one away, aren't we?
We are giving one away, and I think in order to give this away, we need to bring our chairman in.
Do we? Yeah.
We do, yeah, because he is generally head of all giveaways in some way, shape, or form, whether it's in the background or actually in front of camera.
We could call him Mr. Giveaway.
Mr. Giveaway, Mr. Chairman Giveaway. Jordan, we would like you to come onto the show and give this wedge away, please. Good morning, Jordan.
This is 3 weeks on the trot, by the way.
This is 3 weeks on the trot.
Throw that out there because it's a bit strange, isn't it? Not used to this.
No.
Are you all right? How does it feel watching it all unfold? Rather than being in it.
He said earlier it's not as good as last week. That was his comment.
I
was almost falling asleep over there.
Oh, well, you done already.
which is amazing because
the thing is, all the chats that you're reliving them because we generally chat like this in the office. So,
exactly. Yeah, exactly.
So I get that. But anyway, can we have a winner, please?
We can.
Can we do our little screen record and show how many people has there a potential to win from that video?
There is a total of what do you reckon?
600, 700?
622.
Oh, good
622 comments. So well done.
Very good. Thank you very much, everybody.
Let's roll it, shall we?
Roll it. Give me a winner, George. Give me a winner. Give me a winner.
Just want to put it out there. These wedges aren't. I mean, they're beautifully stamped and personalised with the logo of the.
Oh, Mickey Mouse just.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah, Mickey Mouse.
With the logo. THD logo, but they have been used. They're not brand spanking new because we have done the testing on them. But rather than send them back
That makes them worth more then,
to
doesn't
sub 70,
They've been chipped in by Bernie.
they've been used, so they will be used. But yeah, so they're not going to be brand. If they turn
I would
up,
say they're more chipped around the office than anything
so
else.
pre-loved, I'd call them.
Pre-love. They've been handled.
Well, the winner of sub 70 wedge is
Yeah.
Mr. James W. Con 40,
Oh, well,
Okay.
James, congratulations.
winning a 56 degree
Okay.
sub 70 wedge.
56, is he?
Yeah.
Lovely. Perfect. Well, luckily we've got one of those and we've got one stamped up, so that's handy, isn't
There you
it?
go. How good is
Brilliant.
that?
So we'll get that sent to him shortly. If he wants to comment either on this video
Yeah.
or contact
Well, he
one of us
needs
on
to-
social media.
He needs to actually send me an email. So he needs to send me an email, dh@dhgolf.co.uk, with all his details, say hello, and then we will ship it out.
Brilliant.
How good is that?
Wow.
Congratulations.
Unbelievable. I love doing all this.
Yeah.
Giving back to people. It's good, isn't it? Right?
Very good, isn't it?
Back to
Especially when I'm the one doing it.
Is there anything, as you're on the show right now, is there anything that you would just like to mention on the show? Is there anything, we've talked about Liv, we've talked about the other things. Is there anything in particular that sort of jumped out to you? Maybe even from the channel point of view.
Yeah, so I actually got a comment last week's Sunday morning show, and I found this out of my dad, actually, believe it or not.
What, he read the comment?
Yeah,
His dad that wrote the comment.
No, it wasn't. Well, it might have been, actually. It was somebody calling me boring, so that was fun.
Yeah,
Boring,
that could have been your dad, to be fair.
That gave me a good chuckle, which was good. That keeps me going, that stuff.
So someone that's watched the show has called you boring.
And I would agree with him, to be
So
fair.
would I. I just thought it might nice to say it, eh?
To be fair, people say stuff about me and you all the time. now, don't they?
Plenty.
Just
Plenty.
take it, don't we?
Absolutely right. Well, thank you very much, Jordan,
No worries.
and we'll see you shortly
If
when
you'd like
the
to
channel
bore off.
finishes.
Probably.
Yeah.
It's funny how people take things personally,
Well,
but yeah, people.
what is interesting when I was watching the show and things like that, and the guys have done a fantastic job of setting
Yeah,
up and doing the show
100%.
and this and that. It's not like, I know we make it look easy, but it's not that easy.
Do we?
It's not that easy just to, especially on a show like this that's unscripted, to be able to just pop up and then sit on the chairs and just chat for 25, 30 minutes about anything to do with golf or anything to do with the channel or anything in life. It's not that easy. And I thought the lads, you could see that they were both a little on edge. Certainly week one, easing into it. If they did this every week,
course, 100%.
they would ease into it and it would be more, you got to remember, Jordan is more, he's behind the scenes, he's behind the camera all the time.
Correct, yeah. And,
Whereas putting the camera in his face all the time
and the
is
Pim
hard.
Dog is relatively new to the whole YouTube experience, isn't he? So yeah, I thought both shows I thought were brilliant, to be fair. And it was good to change it up. I was only joking. I could have been on last week's show, although Pimmy was about 2.5 hours late to actually film. That's another story. But I just felt that sometimes it's good to have a little break, and
Of course it is.
you can overdo being on the show. And they did so well the week before. It was just good that they got a great dynamic, similar to what we've got, and it was just good, I think.
Talking about the show, talking about the channel.
Yeah.
This week we've been at the Forest Course.
Yes, I loved it.
At Bramshaw, and I hope the cameras, and I hope that
Did it justice as
did it
such?
justice,
Yeah.
because I literally there's some courses that you go to and they feel the same or whatever it is, but
so unique,
I
wasn't it?
I fell in love with it. We all did, didn't we? In different areas of the course, we all fell in love in different points of the course, but I just thought there were so many quirky situations and so many bounces that were just,
It was so different to what we'd played. I'd not played anything like that for months and months.
Yeah.
And it was just a nice little variation, wasn't it?
And the next video will be about I'm not sure which one's coming out next week, but I'll find out from Jordan in a minute. But when we bring out the Manor course as well, so you've got the Forest course and then you've got the Manor course, which is slightly different, more sort of heathlandy, through the pines, beautiful.
That was nice as well, wasn't it?
I mean, for 2 days of golf, if you want to go and spend 2 days of golf playing golf somewhere, staying on site at the Bell Hotel there.
That was lovely, the hotel as well, to be fair.
Food was
really
great,
good.
drink was great, everything about that was just easy.
Yeah.
And it was quality golf courses. I know that there's members that have watched this as well, so that's been good to get them involved and see their own course on the camera.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a fantastic site and one that I think you should definitely
Talking
try
about
and,
trips,
play.
we've just completed last weekend, or Sunday, Monday, we completed the final bus tour of the year. So we
did. Sadly, one got cancelled.
Yeah.
But we finished off this year with a
Yeah, so
with
we
a
went
bang.
to Old Fawns.
Yeah.
which is, again, blown away. I was blown away by the facilities.
Yeah, really, really good.
There was a couple of bars there. There was a champagne bar, a sports bar. There's a health club, swimming pool, which we didn't get
big
to.
Facility.
Yeah, the hotel's beautiful. Course was really good as well, and had a really good time. So that's all concluded, and the first sort of, obviously we did prizes every time we went, so like first, second, third, etc. But we also had like an extra prize that the first 2 in the order of merit, so run over the course of the year, would play a vlog with us, and that was Tony Hammond. So congratulations to Tony. Tony designed and made this here, and he's a big supporter of the channel. He comes on all our trips generally. He's only missed one last year. So he won the Order of Merit, and second place was Richard Benke, who also tends to come on every single trip. So well done to those 2 guys, and we will be getting a course vlog filmed with them very shortly.
We will be making plans for that for sure.
Oh,
this week on the channel then.
Special one.
It is pretty special, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, it's special in the fact that there's no specialties to our golf, because it was the biggest challenge of my golfing life to date, playing around Woburn.
Yeah, I mean, it's, again, we always use the world class, but it was a world class
It's a great golf course.
It's particularly tight in places. It's particularly difficult. It was bouncy, so not only is it very tight, if you slightly went offline, when the ground's, as you know, when the ground's slightly wetter, the balls stop. But this was literally bang straight into the pine.
Go, yeah.
We'd also done a full day fitting at Woburn in the Types Performance Centre, which was brilliant.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was tough, and we find it tough. But it was definitely worth watching.
Yeah.
Felt privileged to play the golf course, really.
And hopefully we'll be back.
And a first happened to us around there, didn't it?
The what did?
A first.
A first?
First on the channel.
Oh God, what was that?
We got called through.
Oh yeah, that's hilarious.
So literally we take 6.5 hours to do a course vlog, as we've said numerous times. But with me and Dan, 2 cameras, we literally ran around that golf course, and we got called through by a group. That never happens, does it? I'm still in shock now. We played that course in
under 4 hours.
Yeah.
Filmed it in under 4 hours. That's impressive.
So,
and it still beat us up.
It did beat us up.
So we had a lot more shots as well.
It killed me.
Yeah. There is one more thing that I want to say is tonight, 6 o'clock, I'm going to be putting out a big combined vlog.
Okay.
I'm kind of going back, so we're going back to Labratesh. So
like Labratesh. A throwback, Sunday throwback.
Sunday, like revisited, I want to call it. So if you haven't seen the Labratesh one, we're going to be putting that out tonight, 6 o'clock. So head over and just have a little check out of that one. It's the whole vlog. It's literally everything, bang, all in one. We want to see how it goes on the bus.
On the bus.
On the bus. So we're going to be putting that out tonight, 6 o'clock. So make sure you head over to see that. And then don't forget, like I said at the beginning of this video, Caddy Cell, Gulfstream, £50 off. A lithium battery, so make sure you head down into the description, make sure you use the code and get your £50 discount off those batteries. Well worth it if you're in the market for a new battery. They fit any trolley, like I said, so yeah, head on down there. I think that's it.
Perfect.
Concluding the Sunday morning show in style.
See everyone next week.
See everyone next week.